Get ready for real time, prime time, big time, show time. It's edible honesty time. And in the meantime, get ready for your favorite partner in crime, your host, one of the greatest talkers of all time, the king of edible honesty, and the eighth wonder of the world, Andrew the Giant.
Hey, my, hot rockin' FDA pie. Let's get down and talk about the ins and outs of the food industry. My name is Andrew. I'm your host, and I am ready to rock. So let's cut right into it, because today we will be readjusting almost everything you thought you knew about food. Now, for today's episode, I will be talking about brain food and the role that the Food and Drug Administration, the FDA, plays by classifying certain food ingredients and classifying certain food additives as brain food. And to do so, I will be combining the moral character and ethics of Richard Milhouse Nixon, Bernie Madoff, and Satan. So, I think the best place to begin is with a basic question. And that question is, what in the wide world of sports taggart is the FDA? Is it a benevolent government agency nobly protecting the public from consuming food that might be harmful, sort of like Superman? Or are they Satan worshippers, sort of like Lex Luthor? You be the judge. By definition, the FDA is a federal agency of the Department of Health and Human Services. Now, isn't that special? And the FDA is solely responsible for protecting the public by controlling and supervising food and controlling and supervising food safety, which seems pretty clear. However, at the same time, the FDA is also a morally corrupt business, somewhere between act of bribery and serial killing, no pun intended. Think about this for just one quick second. The FDA has the sole authority to approve of food additives and certain food ingredients. And I know exactly what you're thinking. What exactly are food additives? And what exactly are certain food ingredients? I know. Just some harmless stuff that's been created in a laboratory? That's not the answer. Tell me the truth, Don. Well, food additives and certain food ingredients are unknown, unnatural, laboratory-created, super toxic, newly formed, miraculous, hallelujah, substances that are added intentionally to make already processed food much more processed, and make already processed food much more profitable. And of course, much less like food. It's just business. You can call it whatever you like. Edible blackmail, edible payola, edible extortion, edible bribery, they all work. Another bribe, another economic boom, another season, another reason for making whoopee. The Food and Drug Administration, the FDA, is really one part government agency and one part business. And as far as the business side goes, well, they are open for business to the highest bitter, yeah, baby. Don't believe me? Ask the Sackler family. Now, Scoob, I'm pretty sure you smoke, but do you know what Oxycontin is? Rummy Ruggy. Well, Scoob, Oxycontin is heroin. Now, you can dress it up however you like, but Oxycontin is heroin. And just so you know, Scoob, heroin is super duper addictive. Ask anyone. Ask Nikki Sixx. Ask Keith Richards. Just don't ask the FDA. Now, here is another scenario, and it is delicious because it's edible. The FDA approved of a fat substitute known around the world as Olestra. And Olestra was being touted everywhere as the 8th edible wonder of the world because with just a whammo, slammo, alakazammo, Olestra could take any processed food product with fat and instantly make it and take it so that now it was 100% totally fat-free, so hip-hop hooray! Now, let's talk turkey about Olestra, shall we? Gobble, gobble. Olestra allowed already highly processed food snacks to become even more highly processed. And Olestra made everything it mixed with way, way, way worse for the consumer. And the FDA, well, the FDA knew it. But the FDA did not care. Instead, the FDA acted clueless while they were counting their stash of ever-growing edible payola cash. Another bribe. Another economic boom. Another season. Another reason for making whoopee. Pardon the pun, but Olestra was known to be a super crappy fat substitute that, when consumed, prevented the absorption of any vitamins, and it prevented the absorption of any nutrients. But wait, it definitely gets way edibly worse because Olestra had a myriad of disturbing side effects, and the list is a mile long. Now, has anyone ever seen the movie Blazing Saddles? It's a great movie. I reference it in this podcast all the time. However, there's one scene in particular, the campfire scene, where all the cowboys are sitting around the fire, eating beans and farting. It's hysterical. However, eating a bag of Olestra potato chips was no laughing matter because once someone ate a few chips, they were screwed, dude. And people everywhere thought their friends were joking, but their pants were brown and soaking. Well, how about another example? Sure thing, Don. Food additives like MSG were classified by the FDA as a safe, edible ingredient proven to be brain food. Now, I only have one small problem with that, and that is, when we actually consume MSG, it instantly penetrates the blood-brain barrier in our brain and severely disrupts all cellular function. MSG attacks our brain cells like William Wallace on acid in full face paint with nothing to lose. And instantly, MSG destroys our brain cells one by one and super quick, just like the Flash. And trust me, my edible friends, that is the FDA in a nutshell. Always pushing Jesus aside and going right for the Satan vote. Now, isn't that special?
Ooh, ooh.
So that's it. That's a wrap on today's episode. Brain food and the role that the Food and Drug Administration plays in classifying foods as brain food. But stay tuned, my edible friends, because we're about to go into part 2 of brain food itself, and it's going to be magically delicious.
Ooh, ooh.
My name is Andrew. I thank you so much for listening, and to all my fans. To all my fans out there in Virginia, there is not one part of the state I do not love. Yeah, baby. And an enormous edible shout out to the best farmer on this planet, Goyo, at JR Organics in Escondido, California. And if you live in Los Angeles, San Diego, or Orange County, California, folks, get on the phone, call Goyo right now, get on a waiting list, find out what farmer markets he is at, because he has edible electricity, and believe me, you want it. You can get 1, 2, 3 boxes of edible electricity a week, or you can get 5, 6, 7 boxes of edible electricity every 2 weeks. It doesn't matter so long as you are eating the food, the edible electricity that they're growing at JR Organics. And I've been getting all your emails and your comments, and thank you. And don't stop writing me at info@ediblehonesty.com. And don't forget to give me a 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts and Podchaser. And no, I'm not signed by any media outlet yet, but History Channel, Food Network, Cooking Channel, Comedy Central, Cartoon Network, Martha Stewart, whoever else, I'm available. So get in contact with me and let's work out a deal, and let's get Edible Honesty what it deserves, a syndicated platform. So get ready to tune in for the next episode for more Edible Honesty, same edible time, same edible station.
Oh.